You are what your record indicates, and after 2 weeks of action, lead NFL analyst Dalton Miller has put together his Pro Football Network NFL Power Rankings. Taking a look here at the top 7, the Carolina Panthers come in with a 2-0 record after a very impressive victory over the New Orleans Saints, who had a very impressive showing against the Green Bay Packers in Week 1. The Panthers defense made things difficult for Jameis Winston and company, despite the fact that the Saints had dealt with a variety of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Matt Rule has done a very good job so far with Sam Darnold, who has looked looked like a new player since leaving Adam Gase and the New York Jets. But there's just 2 weeks of action. Both he and Christian McCaffrey hope to keep the momentum going into Week 3. Coming in at number 6, it is the Las Vegas Raiders, who moved to 2-0 on the season after a very impressive road victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and obviously that tough defense in a road game on a short week, coming off of a Monday Night Football overtime thriller against the Baltimore Ravens in Week 1. The Raiders' placement on here could be up for debate, but we'll get through the rest of our power rankings here according to lead NFL analyst Dalton Miller. Coming in at number 5, the San Francisco 49ers overcame a rough first half of action against the Philadelphia Eagles and orchestrated a 16-play drive in the fourth quarter that took nearly 9 minutes off of the time of possession, and they were able to punch it in and maintain and hold on for a win over Philadelphia despite a very impressive showing from Jalen Hurts in action. They come in at number 5. And coming in at number 4, the Cardiac Kids, the Arizona Cardinals, maintain their spot after surviving a thriller against the Minnesota Vikings, who missed a last-second field goal that would have given them the victory. Kyler Murray looks very impressive so far to start the season, putting up tremendous numbers and being very efficient at it as well, with the offensive firepower that they have with A.J. Green, DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and Kyler Murray's efforts were heroic against the Minnesota Vikings in that game. The defense gave up some plays here, so they sit here at 2-0 in the NFC West, and they solidify their spot at number 4 as it stands right now heading into Week 3's games. Now, a little bit of a surprise coming in here at number 3. The Denver Broncos are listed at number 3 in Dalton Miller's Pro Football Network NFL Power Rankings through 3 weeks of NFL action here. Taking a look at the surprise there, considering that the Broncos, they defeated the New York Giants in Week 1, and they beat the number 32 ranked team in Dalton Miller's Power Rankings with the Jacksonville Jaguars at 32. The Broncos defense had a very impressive 3 quarters of action through quarters 2 through the end of the game, forcing 2 interceptions on Trevor Lawrence. But the story for the Denver Broncos, Teddy Bridgewater, through 2 weeks of action, has looked very good in Denver. Very consistent, very reliable. The number 2 quarterback in terms of passer rating and efficiency so far through all of the action, finding Courtland Sutton for 9 catches and 159 yards. If the Broncos defense can maintain the play that they're expected to, and Teddy Bridgewater can continue to lead the Broncos offense, we'll see if they stay here or maybe even rise up in the power rankings. But a little bit of a surprise coming in here at number 3. Number 2, you take a look at the Los Angeles Rams, who are off to a 2-0 start under Matthew Stafford as the new quarterback. Sean McVay is a happy camper as the Rams continue to cook against the Indianapolis Colts in action. And then coming in at number 1, the top spot, the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who look explosive on the offensive side of the ball, and they still look like they can leave more points out there on the field. And it was a back-and-forth action against them and the Atlanta Falcons in Week 2's action, but 2 defensive pick sixes sealed the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just looked apart right now. They look very unstoppable, and they have a lot of contributions from many of their players at wide receiver. Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans getting involved in the action a little bit. They sit at number 1. Can they maintain that heading into Week 3 this upcoming week? We'll keep you covered over here, ProFootballNetwork.com.